We're living on stolen land. What's this? The female supremacist? Oh no. Oh no.
I don't want to hear another white person say the word illegal for the rest.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel. City boy! City boy! All right, I don't know where this is going to go, but this is about to be good. Yo, TikTok, Twitter rants are the greatest. And, you know, whenever we go on these, fringe rants, we get called out. I've gotten called out. I've done some rants. There have been rants where I'm like, bro, that's an L. Like whatever. But you take the good with the bad with the good. It is what it is. I don't think I've had a fringe, unhinged rant where it seems like this is going to go. We'll see. You never know. This is titled Karens Will Be the End of All of Us. Or End of Us All. Yeah. Asmongold clips. This is the new, I'm clip farming Asmongold clips, dog. Because I love his commentary. I love the way they edit it. And I'm just tired. I'm a little worn out from Fox News and CNN. I'm just being honest. And I'm a little worn out, not from the critiques, but people are so freaking silly. Like when you cover a story, and because it's Fox News, immediately it's not legitimate to like a big sect of your audience. And the same with CNN. You cover something, CNN is completely not legitimate. And you're just like, dog, let's just go totally unlegitimate then. Let's just watch streamers tell us the news and break it down ourselves. When you have someone starting a video off this erratic, what it looks like, look at her face, tripping out. Looks like we're about to witness a crash out. And anytime someone starts this conversation piece with, we're on stolen land, what the does that mean? Does it mean that the people that came before us were so morally sound that they weren't on stolen land? Right? Look, I haven't done my 23andMe, so I don't really know what I am. I grew up, my mom, I'm black and Mexican. My mom's legit Mexican from Albuquerque. My dad's black. Yeah. But my mom would always say in her bloodline, we had, I think, French, Irish, Spanish, and Native. That's what she'd say. I don't know if that's true. But if it is true, I got a little Native running through my bloodline, possibly. But essentially, what I'm trying to get at, because I've played the res before, the reservation, performed at the reservation. I have a lot of love for Native Indigenous people, absolutely. But here in America, the United States of America, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on this subject matter. When we talk about stolen land, they act like there weren't tribes feuding with other tribes over land, right? Over resources. And we're acting like the tribe that had the resources at the time always won and stayed there. Because guess what? If they didn't win the battle for resources, a new tribe came in and they stole it from them. Oh, shit. So this concept of being on stolen land, I understand the premise. I understand moral principles and trying to do right by the native people. There's arguments that there were people here before the Native American, the indigenous folks who have traveled these lands. There's a lot of different things. But the reality that sits is that we are all sitting on some type of stolen land at some capacity. And through time, I think we try to make it right. But going on unhinged rants on the internet, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Because the people that go on these rants never give up shit. They really don't. And they're never in a place where, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of times it's just entitled thinking. But let's see what she has to say, and let's see what Asmon has to say, and then let's see what I have to say. That's my premature thoughts when someone comes into a video hot and heavy talking about we're on stolen land and addressing white people, them being white themselves. Very unique. Anyways, you guys are here for it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm Black Pegasus. Link in the description to my other channels.
We're living on stolen land. What's this? The female supremacist? Oh no. Oh no.
I don't want to hear another white person say the word illegal for the rest of my goddamn life. We are living on stolen land. Our ancestors forcibly and violently seized this land from the indigenous peoples who were living here for generations before we ever showed up.
Then
We also did deals though too. Like that's not the only thing that happened. There's a lot there, but we did do deals. Motherfuckers bought things, made trades, made agreements. You know what I'm saying? Am I tripping, dog? What was it? The Louisiana purchases and stuff. We was making some deals up in this mother sucker, man. It was like, look, dog, we ain't trying to beef no more. It's interesting too. Natives did take a part of the culture that came here too. The one thing that always freaks me out, this has nothing to do with this, but it still freaks me out that Native Americans had black African American slaves in America. And when slavery was over, they didn't want to give up their slaves, and they didn't for a while. That blew my mind. I just discovered that in the last 5 years.
Land. Our ancestors forcibly and violently seized this land from the indigenous peoples who were living here for generations before we ever showed up.
Then leave. Give your house up, give your, your land up to the indigenous people that used to live there, and go back to Europe. Everybody wins.
Bro, have you forgot to ask someone first?
We don't own the fucking planet. Nobody does. All of it is made up. None of it is real.
If all of it's made up and none of it's real, then how is it so defined that these people own the land? This entire fabric of ownership and all this stuff stealing, but she's coming to a completely opposite conclusion. What's with her?
He's making a really valid point. When someone goes as far as saying this is all made up, but then, okay, so it's so defined for them. So it's only made up for us, but it's so defined for them. And again, I just go back to the premise of tribes feuding with other tribes. We know that Native American tribes feuded with other tribes, and they also feuded over resources, right? You have a certain season and there's not enough water. The water dries up. You have to move to other locations. The buffalo are moving. There's a bunch of different things. We can't say there was never a feud where a tribe took another tribe's land and resources. With that being said, they're doing the same thing that the Europeans did at some capacity. Europeans just had a different method of movement. It's not like it's not to look back and be like, this isn't right or wrong, or this is evil, or this is just or good. It's you look back and say, this is what happened, and this is where we're at today. And, try to make yourself better, some course corrections. But I don't think there's any advantages for anyone just stopping civilization and being like, hey, we built this whole civilization. Now it's yours because you were here first, allegedly. Because then you have to go be like, no, you know what? We gave all of our civilization to the Apache. But guess what? The Blackfoot had it before the Apache. So, we fucked up. Stop, give that back. Let us give it to the Blackfoot. Oh, shit, the Cherokee had it. Oh, damn. Okay. It's just, all of this stuff, it just gets really crazy when you get into the weeds of it. And maybe I'm seeing it incorrectly. Clear that up for me in the comments then. But I don't understand it because what we see in history is that we have human nature, and humans keep doing the same bullshit over and over again. Fighting amongst each other, warring with each other, stealing land, all types of bullshit. And we're finally at a place in civilization where we do a lot less of that. More people live longer, we're more productive, and we're more prosperous. I think we're on a good path. But if you let the Karens say it or see it, we in hell, and it's destructive. But anyways, let's see.
Well, then how is it so defined that these people own the land? This entire fabric of ownership and all this stuff stealing, but she's coming to a completely opposite conclusion. What's with her eyes? She's crazy. That's what it is.
Made to feel like I'm crazy for being angry about this.
Here we go. She's mad that people think that she's crazy.
Tired of being made to feel like I'm crazy.
I bet a lot of people in her life think she's crazy.
Capitalism.
I wonder what her relationship looks like on paper. If she's the female supremacist on TikTok, I'd argue that she's dating another woman. because that would be the only thing that makes sense. However, with her argument making no sense about this is all made up, well, if it's all made up, then why would you define, that this is for sure their land, right? If it's all made up. So I would hope her being the female supremacist, she'd be dating another female because that would show supremacy there. But if she's not, she's dating a dude. Lord have mercy. I can't imagine. Maybe she got that good boom, 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 boom. I don't know, dog, but she a wild one. You could tell that.
Is just narcissism as an economic system.
Then go to an African country that doesn't have capitalism. We're going to give you a GoPro. You've got to go live every day, and we're going to see how things turn out for you.
Imperialism is just narcissism as a foreign policy. If the lion can't claim the safari for himself and call the elephant illegal, then neither the fuck can we.
Well, he can if he kills the elephant. That's the rules of the jungle. The lion does do that. He does it all the time. The problem really with people like this is that they...
So, yeah, I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, in my opinion, capitalism is like almost a replication of nature, right? When markets compete, it's really close to athletics. When you compete, a winner comes out. No participation awards. There's a number one, there's a number two, there's a number three, there's a number four, period. And I get it. At the top of capitalism, the people who win sometimes will try to rig it with greed and try to change the rules from the top. I understand that critique of capitalism, but from my understanding, when free markets compete, there's a winner and there's a loser. And this is the same in the jungle. You think if something is predatorial, let's say a lion. Now, I don't know how they go but I'm sure like elephants ain't trying to cozy up. Like if they see a lion and it's a threat to them, they go the other way. That's just what it is. There's no elk and gazelles or whatever the hell they really hunt like that, chilling with lions, dog. Oh, this is the gazelle's land. No, it's not. It's the lion's land the minute he shows up.
Then neither the fuck can we.
Well, he can if he kills the elephant. That's the rules of the jungle. The lion does do that. He does it all the time. The problem really with people like this is that they are mentally ill and not told no. These are people that live in absolute privilege. They can afford to have these values. They can afford to think these things. Why the illegals don't live in her house instead? Well, exactly. Yeah, you don't see her offering her house to illegal aliens. You don't see her doing any of that.
Crazy. It's true, too. It's really true. You don't see a lot of that stuff. You see people talking about it, but are they really about it? Like there are some people who are about it, who just went and moved to Africa and just help African people, and they devoted their life to helping other people, and those people I actually will tip my hat to. But people like this sitting in an air conditioning crib in California, talking shit on TikTok is stupid. It's just adding to the TikTok hive mind, and getting these young college kids who are insulated to real life by chilling in college classes, air conditioning, without the lived experience, talking all this shit about nothing they know because they've never competed for anything. They just learn shit. And I mean, maybe they competed with academically at some capacity, but that lived experience is something else. And a lot of this academic shit is going to go out the window soon. Because of AI, at least in America, it is, just what it's going to be. You don't need to write certain things. I think you should. You want to use your own mind, right? So you don't get dumber. But there's going to be a lot of things going on. So, anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. This is wild.
City boy, city boy.